News every 15 minutes, weather every 10, and sports twice an hour.
Newstalk KGVO.
You're listening to Montana Morning with Peter Christian.
A Valentine's Day attack on his two sons has landed an East Helena man, an East Missoula man in the Missoula County Jail. Good morning, everyone. It's Montana Morning for Thursday, February 16th, 2017. Light rain falling in western Montana and in some of the streets around Missoula. It's falling on ice, which is making things very, very slick. Roads around the area are either bare and wet or bare and dry. Unless it's falling on ice, then it's very slick. 34 degrees in Missoula right now. Our newscast this morning, sponsored by First Montana Bank, your home for free centennial checking, along with unlimited cash back every time you use your debit card. On Valentine's Day, 42-year-old Jeffrey Woods was arrested at a residence in East Missoula and charged with felony assault on a minor, aggravated assault, and partner or family member assault after allegedly choking his two sons during an argument. At Woods' appearance in Missoula Justice Court yesterday, Deputy Missoula County Attorney Amber Henning asked Judge Marie Anderson that Woods be held on $50,000 bail.
The defendant is alleged to have strangled his son and threatened to kill him. He also strangled and pushed down another son. This defendant has a significant and violent history. He's previously been charged with assault on a minor, 4 different counts, PFMA, and assault with a weapon at different times, though they were eventually pled down.
Henning also asked Judge Anderson for several restrictions on Woods' behavior should he be released on bond.
In addition to the bond, Your Honor, we are requesting that if he post-bond, that he be placed on GPS monitoring through his probation officer and that he be tested daily for drugs and alcohol. He was drunk at the time of this incident and has a significant chemical dependency history.
Felony assault on a minor carries a maximum penalty of 5 years in prison and or a $50,000 fine. Aggravated assault carries 20 years and $50,000 fine. And for the third partner or family member assault that makes it a felony, the maximum is 5 years up to a $50,000 fine. Judge Anderson set bail at $50,000. A trial date has been set for a homeless man charged with killing a 60-year-old Great Falls man in January of 2016. The Great Falls Tribune reports Brett McDermott has been found fit to stand trial in the death of Bradley Boland. His trial is scheduled to start September 11th. McDermott was first charged with tampering with evidence for removing paper bags from his hands meant to preserve evidence after McDermott reported Boland's death. McDermott was charged with deliberate homicide and assault last June. A Hamilton woman has been arrested in Missoula under suspicion of trying to distribute methamphetamine, according to Police Public Information Officer Travis Welsh. 19-year-old Dream Anderson was arrested Monday afternoon.
Right at about 5 o'clock in the afternoon, officer initiated a traffic stop in the 1900 block of West Broadway. The officer identified two persons in the car, one adult male, one adult female. During the course of the investigation, it was learned that the female had an outstanding felony warrant for her arrest. She was taken into custody.
The warrant was for criminal possession of methamphetamine, a substance that police also found inside the vehicle.
She was found to be in possession of what appeared to be narcotics. Through evidence and statements made by the suspect, it appeared that the intent was to provide the drug for sale. It was enough that the officers felt there was probable cause to arrest her for distribution of dangerous drugs.
Anderson's vehicle was originally pulled over after police witnessed the car using a bike lane to bypass other vehicles. A Great Falls woman has been charged with assault on a minor after her 13-year-old daughter reported the woman held her down, rubbed a dirty diaper in her face, and pushed her up against a wall because she hadn't changed a 1-year-old's diaper. The Great Falls Tribune reports 34-year-old Jessica Marie Roche was charged Tuesday in district court. She did not enter a plea. Charging documents say the girl told police she'd been taking care of other children when Roche was away from the house. When Roche returned, the girl said her mother became angry that the 1-year-old's diaper hadn't been changed. The girl told investigators her mother screamed at her and then assaulted her. Court records say the children have been removed from Roche's home. While the Montana legislature works around a tight budget, Fish, Wildlife, and Parks is asking for another $11 million to help combat invasive species. Communications Director Ron Osheim explains what the money will be used for.
More inspection stations, potentially up to 160 people that would man those. There would be a new bureau in the Fisheries Division of Fish, Wildlife, and Parks that would deal solely or strictly with aquatic invasives, primarily mussels. Decontamination stations where boats leaving Tiber and Canyon Ferry under certain circumstances if they're not going to just stay on those reservoirs, would have to be decontaminated.
According to Oshheim, evidence of invasive mussels has been found in the Tiber Reservoir, and one test for mussels has returned positive in Canyon Ferry. He says invasive mussels can be a very expensive problem.
It's an invasive species that's a big, big deal. It can cause problems to the fishery. It can cause problems to hydroelectric stuff. It can cause problems to municipalities. It would get water from a lake or a reservoir. So it's a real big deal. In the Midwest, it's a multi-million-dollar problem, and it has the potential to be that here and then in downstream states, obviously.
Although chemical analysis in mussel-sniffing dogs have identified the invasive species in Montana, no adult mussels have yet been found, and they hope it stays that way. Missoula County is working on updating its zoning laws. Some major changes are on the way for the first time in over 40 years, according to County Planner Jenny Dixon. The changes are intended to make the building permit process easier.
We are in the process of amending our zoning regulations, hopefully in time for the 2017 building permit season, focusing primarily on some key changes that will improve people's lives who are trying to do some construction. We're looking to eliminate some red tape, promoting some economic development in the portions of the county.
There are 6 big changes planned, Dixon said, including a shift in where residential and commercial buildings can be placed.
One of the changes that we're proposing is going to allow residential development in commercial areas, which will open up some opportunity there, and then allowing commercial development in industrial areas, whereas right now it's pretty rigidly defined. You can only do commercial in commercial zones and industrial in industrial zones.
Other changes would allow larger garages on residential properties, make condominiums more practical, and address some setback rules. And finally, there is a flood advisory issued for Ravalli County until 8 o'clock tonight. Make that 8 o'clock tomorrow night. The rain's going to start today, combined with warmer than normal temperatures that will lead to enhanced snowmelt in the lower valley locations of Ravalli County. Snowmelt and rainfall runoff problems will be most problematic later in the day today and again on Friday. Runoff from rain and snowmelt may cause flooding of fields and poor drainage areas. City streets may be impacted in the Ravalli County, especially when street gutters and stormwater drains are clogged with snow and ice. So be aware of that. Our News Talk time now is 6:12.
Newstalk, KGVO.
Missoula's official weather station.
Look for a wintry mix of rain and snow today, but becoming all rain by the afternoon. Daytime highs will top out in the mid to low 40s. Tonight, areas of rain changing to snow with our lows in the upper 20s. I'm meteorologist Brooke Foster for KECI 13.